What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new season of The Real Housewives of New York City, you guys. So, New York is officially back. You guys know that they have gone in a completely different direction with The Real Housewives of New York. So, we got a whole brand new cast of ladies. We don't have our original cast of Roni. We don't have our Sonias. We don't have our Ramonas. We don't have Leah, Lou, Bethany, Dorinda, the likes, right? But you guys do know that some of the original girls, they went on the Ultimate Girls Trip. So you guys also know that Bravo wanted to do a legacy season. So I think that they were testing the waters with this with the Ultimate Girls Trip to see if the reboot would work, right? Because there were some issues. I know that there was some issues with money with the ladies that were asking for. So we'll see what they end up doing with the reboot of Roni, the legacy version. But yeah, you guys, Real Housewives of New York City, season 14, episode number 1. It's titled New Era, New York. It said New Era, New York, right? So I will say for me, this episode 1 of, the New Era of Real Housewives of New York, it was okay. It was good, you guys. I will say for me, I'm used to the original Real Housewives of New York, so it is a little different not seeing the girls that I've been used to. But with this cast, I am giving them a fair shake, so I don't have I have nothing bad to say. But before we go ahead and get into the review, you guys, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and discuss the Real Housewives of New York, shall we? So, first things first, let's just put this out here, because I see a lot of people online saying, oh, you guys, we need the old cast back, like the people that we got used to. Can we be, and then here's the other thing that I want people to stop doing. This is the number one thing that I definitely want for the toxic part of the Real Housewives of New York fandom to stop doing, because y'all want to blame Ebony for what happened with the Real Housewives of New York. It was nothing that Ebony did. So to all the racist white people that want to blame Ebony, yes, I said it, the racist white people. For everybody that's racist that wants to say, oh, Ebony came in and she made it woke. Oh, Ebony came in. One thing I will say about Ebony, she did get on my nerves on season 13. And it was the fact that everything Ebony did was so educational. It's like, girl, I get that you want them to understand the black experience and whatnot, but everything does not have to be educational. Like, damn. Everything was a history lesson with Ebony, and I think that was what annoyed me the most with Ebony. Season 13 was, everything was so educational. There was very little fun, and granted, season 13 of Real Housewives of New York filmed during the pandemic, so there wasn't a lot that those women could do, right? So I'm not upset about it, but it was just like, damn, everything was an educational lesson with Ebony, right? What I will say, since they went a lot younger with this cast, I think the only person who might not be as young as the other women is Jenna. I don't know the ladies' ages, but I think Jenna might be the oldest one on the cast. And I could be right and I could be wrong. If you guys know, you can let me know in the comment section below. I like that we have a new, fresher, younger look of New York. And, we have women from different, places in New York. So it's not all upstate New York. So I like that. So what I will say is, now I know a lot of people didn't want Ebony to come back, and I'm fine with that, right? I don't care. But I think with this cast, it could have worked. Like, they could have brought, what they could have done with this cast, there's some girls on here that I'd like, and there's some, that I really do gravitate toward. And one of them more particular is Uba. But I think with New York, they could have at least brought Ebony back. They could have brought Leah back, and they could have found a way to bring you guys. So I love Tinsley. They could have brought Tins back. Is Tinsley still with Scott? Did they? Because I know Tinsley and Scott break up and get back together and break up and get back together. I hope that she's officially done with Scott. If you guys know, please let me know in the comment section, because I don't follow Tinsley on social media. But let's talk about the Roni episode, shall we, you guys? The cast. So the first person we meet is Sai, and I can picture Sai in my head. I'm actually going to go and look at the cast photo. I am looking. Sai, I'm. I don't know what her nationality is or ethnicity, because she looks like she could be. She looks like she could be a mixed woman, but I don't know. But she didn't really say. But Sai was the first girl that we met. So Sai, she lives in Brooklyn. She has two children and a daughter. So she has a son and a daughter. I forgot their names that quick. I didn't even take them down. So she is going to be inviting over Bryn and Jessel to her apartment. And I'll talk about Jessel in just a little bit, you guys. So Sai and Bryn, here's the thing. I don't necessarily know if these women knew each other before they were cast to be on this show. So I don't know if they were like friends or if they just, if they put this group together and they met up before filming started. And that's how some of this, because a lot of the things that are happening in this episode, we don't know about it because it happened off camera. So I think at one point, one of the ladies, her name is Erin, she wanted to get together with all the girls and she wanted to go to a restaurant. Now, mind you, in this episode, this restaurant that they're talking about, they kept bleeping the restaurant, and I was like, I wonder why can't they say that restaurant's name on camera? But whatever it was, they couldn't go to the restaurant. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Sai and Bryn, they went out with each other. And the reason why they did not go is because they feel like the restaurant is so, basically trying in a nutshell, it's ancient. They don't want to go there, right? So this is just like really an introduction episode to the ladies. So Sai is married to her husband. They've been married for 14 years together. They've been married for 14 years. I forgot what her husband's name is. I'll have all that stuff next week. But Sai and Bryn and Jessel, they said they were talking. I will say with Jessel, I might like Jessel. I don't know. I got to get a feel for Jessel. Bryn gives me a whole lot of, I've studied the Real Housewives and I'm mimicking what I saw, right? Bryn gives me Jen Shah, because you guys know I feel like Jen Shah studied the Housewives. That's why when she came on season 1 of Salt Lake City, she was animated and extra. And who else gives? She also gives me, if you guys watch the Real Housewives of Dallas, she gives me Leanne Locken. Those are the two people that she. You know what, you guys? I just thought about something. They had another girl that was a part of this cast, but she dropped. She dropped off because it's 2, 4, 6. It's 6 girls. There were 7 ladies at one point, and when they announced the cast, there was a girl that was from Dallas that lived here in Dallas. She filmed season 6 of Dallas before Dallas got shelved, and then she went and filmed for the Real Housewives of New York, but she dropped off of the Real Housewives of New York. So when that happened, why didn't y'all go and pick up someone from a younger lady? Like, why didn't y'all go get Leah? Why didn't y'all go get Leah or Tinsley? I really feel like y'all can bring those two on here next season. Either have them as friends of, have one as a friend of, or both friends, and maybe one be a friend or one is a full-time cast member. That would work. I think that might work, but hey, who am I, right? But yeah, let's pause here and move forward, you guys. So the next person we meet is Uba, you guys. So she is so beautiful, gorgeous black woman. When I looked at her, when I kept looking at her, I looked at her in her cast photo, and then when I saw her in this episode and heard her talk, I was like, oh, she literally reminds me of Chanel Ayan from the Real Housewives of Dubai. So I tweeted that just recently, and one of my Twitter followers, Phil, let me know that they were cousins. And I actually did see that this morning when I started watching this episode, that Chanel Ayan had tweeted that they are cousins. And then I saw that the cast was on Watch What Happens Live last night, and Uba said that she and Chanel are cousins. So okay, I love it. We have more family in the Real Housewives franchise. Speaking of which, I saw that Chanel is filming her green screen for season 2 of Dubai. She looks amazing in that green screen. I'm not at all looking forward to Dubai because you guys know that I find Dubai quite boring, and there's one cast member on Dubai that is a nutcase, and I just don't see it for him. But we see Uba, so Uba is meeting with Aaron in the park, right? So there is a beef between, like I said earlier, there's a beef between Aaron and Bryn, and it's Aaron, Bryn, and Cy, and it is the dumbest beef. We are talking about cheese, you guys. These women were having a little bit of a beef about some cheese, but also about the restaurant that they didn't want, that Cy and Bryn didn't want to go to, and I was like, okay. If they don't want to go to the restaurant, that's fine. I'm be like, hey, if you don't want to go, then you ain't got to go. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna go because I want to go, and if you guys do whatever the hell you want to do, right? It is what it is, right? So, yeah, the issue is just really stupid. When they started talking about the damn cheese, I was like, is this what we're arguing about? It kind of does give the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City season 1 when Jen and Mary were arguing about the smell of hospital. Like, that's what it gives to me. But hey, so that's really it for Uba. I don't know where Uba lives. I know where everybody else lives, but I don't know where Uba lives. But hey, I'm pretty sure that I did see recently, I don't know if it was on Twitter or what, but they did show a map of where all the ladies lived in New York. But let's pause here and move forward to the next person. So Jessel, we met her. She is a mom of 2 twin boys. She calls them human forms of coffee. And when they showed that that little montage of her sons running around that apartment, I was like, I would imagine that you do call them human coffee because them little boys, like, they were hyped up on something. And oof. I thought at one point I wanted to live in New York, but when you think about it, I just, for me, this is me speaking for me. Yes, I live in an apartment currently, but I don't want to always be in an apartment. I want a house with a backyard, and so that way when I do have kids, my kids, if they don't have to tear up my house, take your little asses right outside in that backyard and play, like, because that's how I grew up in the country where I'm from. My mom and I never lived in an apartment. We always lived in a house. And then my grandmother's home, it's our family's house. And, we have a big backyard. We have a big front yard. We used to play in the street. Like, so yeah, New York would be a no for me because it would be an absolute hell no for me, right? But she lives in Chelsea. So her mom is visiting her and helping her with her sons. And we find out that, she has been married to her husband for over 7 years, right? So we also were introduced to Jenna in this episode, Jenna Lyons. Jenna, I love her style. I know a lot of people were talking about, I saw when they revealed the taglines for the ladies, that a lot of people had a lot of stuff to say about what she wore in her, for her tagline. I was like, what's wrong with it? I mean, now, I will say, I when I saw her, she's very androgynous. So I was like, is she? Never mind. I'm pretty sure you guys can figure out where I'm going with that. But she has a very androgynous style. Like she has some femininity to her, but she also has some masculinity to her as well. And I like it. I like versatility. So Jenna, you okay in my book? And actually, I think of all the ladies so far, Jenna is actually my favorite for right now. Jenna is my girl. So let's move forward, you guys. Pause here and move forward. Next up, you guys, we got Erin. So Erin lives down in Tribeca, and she has 3 kids. Now, Erin is also Israeli. So we met a lot of her family. So we met her. We saw 3 brothers, her sister, her dad, her husband, her mother-in-law, because it was her mother-in-law's birthday. And she was talking about the fact that she has 3 children by her husband. They've been married. They're getting ready to celebrate their 10th wedding anniversary, and They got married. I believe she said just shy of 25, or she was. I think she had just turned 25 or something like that. But yeah, her family is cute. I love what I will say. I loved all the ladies' apartments. If I had to pick an apartment that I liked the most, oh my god. So I loved Jenna's apartment. I absolutely loved Aaron's apartment. I like Jessel's apartment as well. I love Jessel's. I love Jessel's apartment. Who else? They didn't really show us Uba's apartment, so I can't really say if I like Uba's or not because they didn't really show us a whole lot of Uba's apartment. But Aaron's, hell yeah, loved Aaron's. So yeah, you guys, like I said, this is really just an introduction episode to the ladies. So it's not a whole lot, but let's pause here and actually go ahead and wrap the episode up, you guys. All right, you guys. So the last person is Jenna. So Jenna, if I'm not, I believe she said she used to work for J. Crew. She left J. Crew in 2017, and I think she said she started working there in the 90s. I mean, so that's a long time. And when I tell you now, Jenna's closet, that closet was huge. Jenna got a lot of shoes, got a lot of clothes. She said she's donated some shoes, but she's probably gotten back more than she's donated. And I was like, I bet you did, because when I saw that closet, and especially in this when Aaron and Brent went in your closet, I was like, God dang, that's a big ass closet, right? So Jenna has a son. He's 15 years old, and she shares custody of him. I was like, okay, so was she previously married? And it really ain't a big deal if she was or wasn't, right? But so Jenna is hosting the first event for the cast, and she's inviting all the ladies over. She told them to dress in black, khaki, and something else. I can't remember what the other color was. None of the ladies showed up in khaki. All the ladies, when they saw khaki, they were literally thinking like khaki pants. And khaki is just like, you can do a khaki color, but okay. None of them knew what to wear, right? So they played a game where they're trying to get to know each other, because everyone doesn't know each other. And I was like, that's it. This isn't a group of friends that they, cast around. This is a group of women that they just individually cast, and these women are now trying to get to know each other. But what I will say is the way that they executed this first episode, it was really good. You could tell, but you couldn't tell that they didn't really know each other. I feel like some of them have ran in similar circles for years, and that's what it is. And I was like, okay, that's cool. So the questions that Jenna had for the ladies were all very sexual, like what kind of PORN would you make, right? It was all fun, right? And I was like, okay, this is a very sexual group, and I like it, right? So at one point, the conversation came about Bren, Aaron, and Sai, and the cheese comment. And even Uber was like, so we are really arguing about, these ladies are arguing about cheese. I was like, exactly. Y'all are arguing about some fucking cheese. Like, really? That's what we are arguing about? But eventually, Aaron and Bren went into the, Jenna's closet and her bedroom or wherever, and they made up with each other, right? Because it's not that big of a deal, and it's not that damn deep. But yeah, you guys, that was the Real Housewives of New York City, season 14, the new era. Let me know if you guys watched the new era of Real Housewives of New York. Let me know if you guys watched it. Let me know if you guys liked it, and if you didn't like it, let me know that as well. If you liked it or disliked it, tell me why in the comment section. Tell me who you guys are feeling so far. I know we're just one episode in, but let me know. Do you like anybody? Do you think you're gonna like anybody? Do you guys think you're gonna stick with it? But yeah, you guys, for me personally, I would definitely say season 14, episode 1, the new era of the Real Housewives of New York. I'm okay with it. I'm not upset. I'm not at all upset. What I will say though is the trailer, it looks good, but I don't have any excitement from it. I do see a lot of arguments happening, right? But it's it's trivial stuff, but that's Housewives, right? So yeah, I just want to know what you guys think in the comment section below, and that's all I got, you guys. So subscribe to the channel, you guys. turn your post notifications, share the video, you guys. And until the next time, please stay safe out there, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands, be blessed, and stay hydrated because it's hot, especially if you're in Texas or any other southern states. Stay hydrated, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.